Bitcoin is at a critical level at the current moment. If it's able to hold $90,000 or this yellow line, the 21-day exponential moving average, you could see a rally to higher up in our original target zone box, as high as $97,000, as opposed to just touching it, where we said that could be a top and starting to have just a full reversal. Because if this breaks and we do head down to $88,000, and I'll show why in just a second, then all of the bullish patterns we have over the past 2-3 weeks or so are invalidated, and we're opening ourselves up again to potentially see Bitcoin go to like $75,000, $70,000, $65,000. Now let me explain these little purple lines here. These are gaps on the futures chart, which I'll pull up right now for you. You can see that gaps on the 4-hour time frame are here and also here on the futures chart for Bitcoin. And price, if you don't know how gaps work, gaps tend to get filled. On the daily time frame, they almost always get filled. On the hourly time frame, like this here, they don't always get filled, but it's still like 70, 80, 85% of the time, right? They tend to get filled. Future price action tends to head where these gaps on the chart are. As you can see, we filled this one in the wee hours of the morning. And also we have this gap here at about $88,000. If the 200 simple moving average doesn't hold, we will fall to $88,000. And that will invalidate the wedge pattern that we have been looking at that would want to send Bitcoin to $97,000. The Adam and Eve pattern, which I don't have a screenshot of here, we've been talking about it the past few days, is already invalidated. That had a target of 100K. But if this line of support doesn't hold, if the 21-day exponential moving average, the yellow line on my previous screenshot, does not hold, we will head to $88,000. Our wedge will be invalidated, and then we're in a scary position on the weekly time frame. Because on the weekly, this would be a strong break of the 55-week EMA coming up, immediately failing at the first instance of resistance, confirming all of this as resistance. And the next move here that is the most likely to happen is heading down to the 200-week exponential moving average at $70,000. Also, tomorrow, which is Friday, January 9th, we have a potentially very volatile event, which is the Supreme Court could deem Trump's tariffs to be illegal and provide a ton of uncertainty around global trade that could shake up markets. Or we don't know how it's going to work out. Personally, I think it's ultimately a good thing for markets to get rid of tariffs because profit margins go up, people can get hired more, all that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of uncertainty around that, and markets tend to not like uncertainty. So be very cautious in this market right now.